give fans a little bit of an idea of what it is that you do at Johns Hopkins. And of course, we've got some other fun things that you're a part of as well.
Yeah, so I'm what's called a urologic oncologist. So I'm a urologist, but I operate on people who have cancers of their urinary system. So kidneys, bladders, prostates. For young men in particular, testicular cancers are really important structure and cancer for our men. So I help patients, men and women, who have cancers of those organs and those systems, and help them get through that.
And what, really led you, because not only are you with the Awareness Foundation, but you're an active doctor, you're a medical advisor, you're a board member. How did that grow for you to realize, this was your calling and this was how you're going to be able to help people?
Yeah, testicular cancer specifically is a really unique disease. And it's great to be able to talk to baseball players and baseball fans about this, because this is the demographic it hits. It's one of the most common cancers for young men. And what's really unique about it is the cure rate is exceedingly high, but we put these guys through a lot of treatments and a lot of other things to get them to that cure. And so for these young men, we talk about survivorship. And that's the understanding that you're going to beat cancer. We're going to get you through this. And everything you wanted to do the minute before you were diagnosed, we want you to do years down the road. If you wanted a family, we still want you to have a family. If you wanted to play baseball, we want you to play baseball. So how do we tailor our treatments and our cure to getting you to that survivorship? And it's really a natural kind of progression with young men, social media, awareness, and it's really just kind of evolved into a great way to make an impact for our patients, not only in the hospital and in our clinics, but then beyond that as well.
I love the mental approach to it, and not really letting that rest of, look, it's not life on pause. We're going to keep going. And it touched on, we'll get through this together. And I just feel like that kind of goes hand in hand with the sentiment that everybody has right now while they're at home. Would you agree? That seems to be helpful.
Yeah, it is. It really is kind of a shared experience. And I think people do best when they have a shared experience. And one of the things, unfortunately, that's been on hold for us is we try and build cancer survivorship communities and bring people together. Because I tell them all the time, I can tell you statistics, I can tell you what your experience in the hospital may be like, but I've never sat where you're sitting. But there are lots of people who have. And sharing that experience, sharing a community of experience really can help people get through. And I think we're all seeing that right now.
So you host an actual social gathering. It's beer, bros, and balls. And it's just this community, the camaraderie. How did that get started? That just sounds like a blast. And I love it's not only for survivors and families, but it's bringing everybody in. Yeah,
but once again, there's a huge need, and it's a rare disease. It's only about 9,000 guys per year in the U.S., but the survival and cure rate is really high. So there's hundreds of thousands of survivors around. There's tens of thousands in this area. And it can be really alienating being a young man going through a new cancer diagnosis, not really knowing who to reach out to. So bringing people together and just putting them in the same room really allows them to interact and improve their experience. And to your point, sometimes the wives or the moms or the dads or the caregivers really bond too, because it is a shared experience when someone you love goes through a cancer diagnosis and treatment. It's a big deal.
So for you right now, I know people are very cautious about going out, and especially going to a medical place. Is there any resources that people can access from home to, just maybe make sure that they're still doing well and, there's nothing to be worried about, whether that's an online resource, a website, or a teledoctor?
Yeah. So, Hopkins in general has, I think, done a tremendous job at kind of providing the community with information about COVID. You see the updates on the nightly news. A lot of that information comes from the School of Public Health, but the hospital is doing very similar things. There's screening practices that can come through the hospital. We're offering telemedicine in just about every avenue of care to make sure that we can continue to address our patients' needs while we're trying to stay home and stay safe and all of those things.
Well, I certainly appreciate, and I know that everybody else is very appreciative of the doctors and the medical staff we have right now, and you certainly are added to that. Are there any memories that you're ready to get back to with the Orioles?
Oh, yeah. I have two little girls, and they love coming to the ballpark. And we get a small season ticket package, and, right now they're looking more for the bird than they are for the actual players. But we're working up to it. They enjoy their time at the ballpark. I love sitting at Camden Yards and look forward to kind of having those experiences again.
We always love to see everybody, down at Camden Yards, and hopefully that will be soon. But I know that you've been swamped, so we're going to let you get back to it. But thank you so much for joining us today. And again, just thank you for everything that you do. Yeah,
and just wanted to thank you guys, if I could have 2 seconds, just for, I know the Orioles are supporting through their Father's Day kind of work, some of the work we do at the Brady Urological Institute at Johns Hopkins, and really just wanted to thank the Orioles for supporting us and the research and our advancements. So thank you.
No, thank you guys again. And I mean, that's something it's easy for anybody to get behind. And I'm really happy to see that partnership, and hopefully it'll grow from here.
All right. Thanks. Have a great day.
You too.